Twiggly Swoo, how'd you do, guys? This is Firehouse Pancham, and today, guys, I am bringing you an Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire team builder once again. Today's going to be based around Mega Kangaskhan, which is a very, very popular Pokemon, especially on Battle Spot and VGC 15. It's the #1 most used Pokemon on Doubles Battle Spot, which is the VGC 15 format. Mega Kangaskhan is insane. The reason it's so used is because of its amazing bulk. It only has one weakness, and in trade of that one weakness, it actually gets one immunity, which is absolutely incredible. We are going to be giving it a Kangaskhanite, of course, so Mega Evolve, and it does get Parental Bond as its ability, which means it hits twice in one turn, and the second hit has a 0.5 times base power. Onto the moveset, we go with Fake Out, 40 power, 100 XP, hits first and first turn only, and it has a 100% chance to finish the target, which is really nice. We then have Return, max of 102 base power at maximum happiness, and it does actually have 100 base power, 100 accuracy, sorry. You can actually use Double Edge instead of this, that has 120 base power, although it does have a 33% recall, meaning an OHKO against another Pokemon, means that this Pokemon's going to be losing a lot of HP. Just Sucker Punch, Dark type move, which is insane because this Pokemon can't really hit Ghost types if you look at its move pool. Fighting in Power Up Punch and normal in Return of Fake Out means that Ghost types are immune to it unless it stays in its scrappy normal form. So Sucker Punch is really good, especially against Ghost types, as it is super effective. Then we do have Power Up Punch, 40 base power, 100 XP, and after each time it hits the foe, it actually gets a +1 attack, and since it hits twice due to Parental Bond, it actually gets a +2 attack with a lot of damage. Onto the EV spreads, we go on 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 HP, and a jolly nature. Onto my next Pokemon, going with Garchomp. Garchomp is insane with the Choice Scarf. It times its speed 1.5 times, however, it only allows it to one attacking move. It does have the Ruskin ability, which means if this Pokemon causes other Pokemon to make contact, this isn't always in terms of Earthquake and Rock Slide, this is usually in terms of moves that if you imagined it, it would actually hit the Pokemon in real life. So, for example, a Fire Punch would hit this Pokemon in real life if you thought about it in your mind. So this is what Ruskin does. It actually takes away 1/8 of the max HP of the foe. We do have Dragon Claw, 80 base power, 100 accuracy. No additional effect is Stab. We have Earthquake, 100 base power, 100 XP, and it actually hits every Pokemon on the field, and this is Stab also. We have Rock Slide, 75 base power, 90 accuracy, and a 30% chance to finish your foes. And then we do have Iron Head. Basically, Rock Slide, sorry guys, is a Talonflame that sort of gives this team a bit of trouble in some areas. And then we do have Iron Head, which actually hits Ice types really well, and Fairy type, 80 base power, 100 XP, and 30% chance to finish targets. We do actually have 252 in attack, 252 speed with 4 HP, and a jolly nature. Let's move on to Azumarill. Azumarill is no doubt my favourite Pokemon. It's a water rabbit, guys. How can you not love it? Look at it, it has bubbles. It has bubbles. Right, we do have Citrus Berry on this guy, restores 1/4 from max HP when at half HP or less. This is quite a common item. And then we do have Huge Power, which doubles this Pokemon's attack. And then onto the EV spread, not onto the EV spread, onto the move pool, sorry. We do have Aqua Jet, 40 base power, 100 XP, and it usually goes first. And then we actually partnered this Pokemon up with Belly Drum. Basically, Belly Drum makes the user lose half of its HP, but it does maximize its attack, giving it a +6 attack. But when you're at half HP or less, a Citrus Berry comes into play and restores you to 75% HP. Also, as you can see on this team, guys, well, you might not be able to see if you're new to VGC, but we do have Togekiss and Amoonguss that both have access to Follow Me and Rage Power that actually redirect hits into it. So you could actually redirect the hits into them and use Belly Drum, and then you could just Aqua Jet everything that actually has priority. To have Play Rough, 90 power, 90 accuracy, and a 10% chance to lower the target's attack by 1. And then we do have Knock Off, 65 base power, 100 XP, and 1.5 times damage more input if the foe has an item and actually removes that item, which is pretty good. Onto the EV spread, I've gone with 252 HP and 252 attack with 4 speed with an adamant nature. Onto our 4th Pokemon, we've gone with Heatran, my favourite legendary, with the leftovers. At the end of every turn, the holder restores 160 of those max HP, and actually has Flash Fire, which actually gives it immunity to Fire type moves, and if it is actually hit with a Fire type move, it gives it a 1.5 times more damage input when it actually uses other Fire type moves. This is why we run Heat Wave, 95 accuracy, 95 power, 90 accuracy, and a 10% chance to burn the foes, and it actually hits both opponents. We then do have Earth Power, 90 accuracy, 90 power, 100 accuracy, and a 10% chance to lower the target special defense by 1. The reason we run this is basically for other Heat Rams, really. Right, you might be asking, where the hell is Flash Gallon? Flash Cannon isn't really necessary. The only way you really want to use Flash Cannon is to hit Ice types, which you use Heat Wave for, or to hit Fairy types, but to be honest, Fairy types are, well, this Pokemon quad resists Fairy type moves, meaning they're not going to do much damage anyway, and to be honest, Heat Wave is probably the better option at the end of the day. So we do have Protect and Substitute. Protect, actually it's just used for scouting, prevents all hits including status moves from touching this Pokemon that turn, and then we do have Substitute. User takes 1/4 of its max HP and puts it into a substitute. So basically you have a substitute that takes all the damage for you and it has 1/4 of your max HP, and basically when that dies, that means your Pokemon can be hit with any move. Onto EV spreads, we've gone with 252 HP and 252 special type with 4 speed and a modest nature. Onto the 5th Pokemon is Togekiss with the Rocky Helmet, which actually, if the holder is hit by contact move, the attacker loses 1/6 of its max HP, which is really nice. And we do have some Ring Grace. This Pokemon's moves that have secondary effect. Sorry about that, let me start that again. This Pokemon's moves, this Pokemon that has moves with a secondary effect, the chance of that secondary effect happening is times by 2. This is why we have Air Slash. Air Slash is stab, 75 base power, 95 accuracy, and actually has a 60% chance for each target with the Soaring Grace ability. We then do have Dazzling Gleam, 80 base power, 100 accuracy, and deals damage to both adjacent foes. Then we do have Thunder Wave, which paralyzes the target, 100 accuracy. I'm not actually sure if Thunder Wave times the chance of paralysis by 50%, but don't quote me on that, guys. And basically what you do, you Thunder Wave your opponent, which gives them a 25% chance not to attack that turn, and you Air Slash them, so that actually gives, well, basically it gives them a 15% chance to attack that turn, so that's quite small. On to the 4th move, we have gone on to Follow Me, as was mentioned before, guys, with Azumarill. On to the EV spreads, have gone with 252 HP, 56 in defense, and 200 in special defense with a calm nature. On to my last Pokemon, I've actually gone with Amoonguss with the Black Sludge. Black Sludge at the end of each turn, if the holder is poison type, which Amoonguss is, it restores 1/16 of its max HP. Then we do have Regenerator. This Pokemon heals 1/3 of its max HP when it switches out. Onto the moveset. Sorry guys, I'm stuttering a bit too much. We do have Rage Powder, as I was saying before, it does the same thing as Follow Me. We do have Giga Drain, 75 base power, 100 accuracy, and the user recovers 50% of the damage dealt, which won't be too much with Amoonguss unless it's against something like a Swampert that's 4 times weak to grass. We do have Protect just for scouting out, and then we do have Spore that has 100 accuracy and it puts the target to sleep. Onto the EV spread, I've gone with 252 HP, 252 defense with 4 HP and a bold nature. So that's my video, guys. Thanks for watching. Basically this team revolves around Azumarill. You want to try to get that belly drum and Aqua Jet, everything just to sweep, and this is why we have Pokemon like Togekiss, Amoonguss and Kangaskhan for fake out support and also for redirection support. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Go check out my other content, and in terms of the Greninja giveaway, it will be going out of date in a couple days. Basically, telling you guys to only give me starter Pokemon was probably quite a bad idea, because so many people like starters, so they'll trade a lot for it. And when you guys don't even, I'm not blaming you guys, but some of you don't, when you ask for Greninja, you don't actually put the specific level, which is in between level 81 and 90. You just put Greninja, and someone who actually has a Greninja wants saying like a chest spin, they'll be like, oh right, I'll give you my Greninja for it. So yeah, that's the only problem I have with it, guys, so I might do another giveaway soon, I'm not sure. So thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye.